Alright, now for something quick and easy. This is the first time I've ever deleted a save file for a game, but I wanted a clean slate. I mostly know this game from the Genesis, by the way, which is, it's a good port, sort of. It's not particularly ambitious, it doesn't like break new ground in scaling. It's actually a launch title for the Genesis, so I mean, it's just a frustrating look right off at how there's no scaling hardware, really. This is what it mostly served to do, is piss us off. But it actually plays good as a game, though. That's the thing. It played well, I should say. Much more so than the other Super Scalar games. I've fucking talked about how much I cannot stand Super Thunderblade before. I mean, it sucks, and I also have some nostalgia for it, so I've still been known to play it, but it sure is an ass game. It's probably a 4 out of 10 kind of game, whereas Super Hang-On Genesis is probably a 6 out of 10 game. In the arcade, it's like an 8 out of 10 game. It's really fun. The Genesis does make up for it a little bit with a career mode, which is kind of neat if you wanted to get into that, I guess. I always never really got into the career mode, and always just played it in arcade mode. But it's cool that it's there, you know. I feel like I've done way better on this before, so I should be able to put up better scores than this. Just gotta get used to it is all. And this is a really, really awkward... Oh, yeah, okay. That's the wrong button. I think it's actually gas to change. And brake to select or something. And here it's brake to select and gas to... and start to... Fuck, I don't know. God, these controls are awful. Whatever. Controls in the game are great, that's what's important. Yeah, it's gas to select and brake to enter. And you have to loop it around. And this is really the way it controls. It doesn't use the steering at all. This is apparently the way the arcade machine actually works. Bizarre, huh? We'll try some different tracks too. I swear I should be able to... you know, this isn't a bad score, at least for me. I've done even better, I think. I've gotten in the 5-6 million range, I think. I've got everything on easy, so it's still a pretty good challenge. That's not good. That probably screwed me over. I rarely wreck in this game, and yeah, when you do, it's pretty disastrous. Look at that! Look at that! Oh man. Sure. Sucks. These guys are really causing me a lot of trouble. They're getting in my way in the shittiest fucking ways. Longest turbo stretch I've gotten yet, for sure. Oh, why? That's how they really get you. Holy shit. It just knows that this is just hang on and not super hang on the marquee. Whatever. Fuck you, game. Did they not send out a new marquee for it when they updated the ROM? The resolution of the road rastering doesn't look as good as Outrun. I mean, there's a lot here that doesn't look as good as Outrun. I think there's a pretty big difference in the hardware itself. They actually upgraded it in a lot of ways. But I think it has the same limitation that Outrun has too, where it's actually 30 frames per second, like interlaced. And what I mean by that is, like, on the 60 hertz refresh, what it does is every other refresh it updates the screen rastering, and then on the ones where it's not updating the screen rastering, it's updating the scaling on the sprites. So each thing is animated at 30 frames per second, alternatively to each other, if that makes any sense. This also means that if you use like any software to try and detect the frame rate, it's going to tell you it's 60. Because there are 60 changes every second, just not for every item on the screen. Mixed frame rates are possible with game rendering by like not updating part of the screen as often. There's lots of modern examples, including all of at least during the PS3 and Xbox 360 era. The Rock Band games that came out then would run the scaling of the bar at 60 frames a second, because that's important and needs to be responsive. But the backgrounds with all the characters, performing on their instruments would be at 30 frames per second. So they can use higher quality, and it doesn't fucking matter. It almost looks more cinematic or whatever, so why not, right? Why does it always run out of time right on the fucking bar? Like, right on it. Oh, there's something complicated going on with the way that updates, I think. Look at the fucking, how it's split there, as if it was kind of a VSync thing, maybe, or maybe it's made up of multiple sprites that are not zooming at the same speed, or who knows. It looks fucked up. One moment. Hey, let's get the correct marquee art, right? This is bugging the hell out of me, so I bet there's better marquee art. Even if it's fan made, I might use it. Super hang. Everything else I'm seeing is a hang on marquee, which is not the same thing. This is probably it. Let's try Google. Does this not have a proper marquee of its own? There's this one, but I'm almost certain that's fan made. You know what? I think it does. Does not. Does not. So yeah, I guess it really did just use the the hang on arcade marquee. That's wild. Hey, what's this? Yeah, I know. All right. Let's try Junior. Junior. Ah, fuck. It was going great until I just, died. This is really fun on Final Burn Neo though, with like a normal like PlayStation or Dreamcast controller. The control mapping is really good. Feels really good. It's as fun to play, almost as fun to play as a big sit-down super hard hang-on arcade machine. Animation spot on. As soon as I tried to use the speed, I couldn't. Still not too bad. I felt like that was a good attempt. Oops. Sorry. Now I gotta fix something which is even more complicated. This is an awful name entry system they came up with. Just absolutely the shittiest thing ever. I may have gotten it in there, who knows. Little piece of shit. Yeah, this music's not quite as iconic as Outruns, but it's getting there. Kind of got dusted there, that sucked. Oh, fuck. That screws the whole thing, I think. Just about. Of course. How much did I beat the old one by though? Barely, right? Yeah. Fuck. Whatever. Jesus H. It's not even. I haven't even. Never mind. It's just not even happening. Well, that sucked. Oh, it doesn't even make the cut. You know, playing a game like Super Hang On at home is a real testament to how, like, fun of a game it is. Like, it's still fun even when you're not just playing for a minute as an arcade game. If you actually sit down and spend time trying to get really good at it, it's still a really fun game. And that's what makes it so painful that we didn't get, like, decent hardware for this at home. If Sega had done that, I don't know, I just feel like it would have been much cooler. Man, it would have raised the bar so high, too. Nintendo wouldn't have been able to cheap out on their CPU. I'm confused on what Nintendo did with the CPU on the Super Nintendo. I think it had a lot to do with wanting to maybe maintain some sort of backwards compatibility, but they didn't actually really do that, so it's the weirdest fucking thing, right? It just feels like weird nonsense. Should have just used Motorola like this thing did, the X68, or Motorola 68,000. Powered a lot of arcade hardware and it was great. Or even like a higher clock rate of the old 6502 was a better option with what the PC Engine did. I really think that the Super Nintendo lost the CPU side of everything. The Genesis lost the color side, and the PC Engine lost the graphics effects side, including like tile layers and things like that. They each have their strengths and weaknesses. Expert. Yeah, let's see some real expert action here. Watch me expertly get my ass kicked. Oh yeah. Expert. As soon as you try to accelerate in this one, they just immediately punish you. It's bullshit. Well, shit. Shit. There's just so much traffic. I can't ever use my turbo because of all the damn traffic. Damn, I got close to finishing that. Real close. So not exactly amazing, but solid. One moment. All right. Solid. Won't be able to play a whole lot more of this. This was just supposed to be a short fun little stream, and it certainly has been. I really like this game a lot. In some ways, like I love Outrun, so I can't. It's hard to compare. Um, but this is like I think it's maybe not as nostalgic, and I don't like the way it looks or sounds quite as much as Outrun, which is such a beautiful game in every regard. I think the music here is pretty good, though. I mean, it's getting close to being as good as Outrun, and the visuals are good. They're just simpler, obviously, but the gameplay is obviously very smooth, and controls are great. The actual gameplay, though, is very good. This one's really fun to play. And like I said, playing on Final Burn Neo with a modern controller, it works perfectly. Controls very, very well. Fucking yeah. That's how you do it right there. Yeah, boy. This music kind of rules. Probably do one more on the second difficulty, and then maybe one more on the first. Maybe, depending on what time it is. This doesn't take too long, though. Oh shit, I'm forgetting to use my turbo like an idiot. Hang on, this round doesn't count. This game saves high scores anyway, so just 1 second here. Can't be doing that terrible. That's just not even acceptable. Fuck. I almost did all right there, and then fuck. Fuck. Last round, here we go. What a dick. second place. Not too bad of a run, but no new record. Anyway, yeah, it's really fun. That's Super Hang On, the arcade version. Received a Genesis port that's okay. There's a Sega Classics package for the GBA, and the games on it are varying quality. But Space Harrier and I think it's Super Hang On. I'm pretty sure it's on there. They fared really well. So that's a pretty decent way to play it. Alternatively, but yeah, not too hard to emulate the arcade machine these days either. So that's what I'd suggest. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. Super Hang On. There's a minor upgrade over the original. The main thing just being that it has these different sections of the world that you can play, and you have the turbo button. But the turbo really enhances the gameplay here. It doesn't mess up the gameplay. Like Turbo Outrun, I feel like when you hit turbo, you're going way too fast, and Outrun just doesn't play well that way. But Hang On does play well at high speeds, especially when you can engage it and disengage it like that. It kind of functions as a second gear, but the controls are still really, really tight. So very fun. Yeah,